On today's edition of The Front Row, we are with Elizabeth Grigsby, who is the Executive Director of the Lubbock Arts Alliance, one of the most important cultural institutions in our community. It's one of my very favorite things is to come and visit with you, Elizabeth. It just does my heart good to hear everything that's going on with you, because I know that it's going to be a success story no matter what. And I know there's been a number of successes for you. Were you yet again nominated or even received the award for the best ever arts festival in the history of the world?
Well, yes, we were nominated. We were evaluated on site by a team of professionals. We submitted all of our documentation, and at the end of September, we will know whether or not we have won our third consecutive Grand Pinnacle Award for the best overall event in our budget category from the International Festivals and Events Association.
Well, I think it's a done deal.
I hope so.
Has to be. And I'm just so proud of you for your work.
Well, thank
and
you.
Consistency is just amazing to me.
Well, I appreciate that. And let me say, I am so happy to have you in this new station and the new role being the voice for the arts. And we're just lucky to have you, Clint.
Well, you're very kind. I appreciate that. But I think Lubbock is lucky to have you, and all the work that you do with the Arts Alliance. For people who may not know,
right,
what actually is the Lubbock Arts Alliance, and what is its sort of historical context?
The Lubbock Arts Alliance is a nonprofit arts organization. We have actually been around since 1969. So for 55 years, we have been serving the community, and our goal is to provide the arts to everyone. We want to make sure that you can come and enjoy visual art and performing art, and it's not limited by who you are, what your economic status is, perhaps what your knowledge and background of the arts are. And so everything we do as far as our programs are low cost or free. They're held in accessible public locations, and they're really designed to make the arts enjoyable. So our big marquee project is the annual Lubbock Arts Festival, held every April at the Lubbock Memorial Civic Center. Something else that we do that's incredibly fun is our PDA program, Public Display of Art. Now, I have to ask, did you notice something new as you pulled out of the parking lot of your station?
Well, we're in the Arts District over there near the Buddy Holly Hall.
Yes.
And there's been some construction going on.
There has.
And all of the things that I've been seeing around town have all come together in a band that's on the corner there on the, I guess that would be the southwest corner where the Buddy Holly Hall is, kind of. And how did that all happen?
Well, so what you are referring to is the Friendly Cowboys Public Art Series. And about 4 years ago, we commissioned artist B.C. Gilbert to create a series of public sculpture. And what he wanted to do was a Western string band based upon, and I don't know if you've ever seen them, Clint, it's the folk art made out of horseshoes. Mm-hmm. So you have the horseshoe guitar player, the horseshoe fiddle player, and he says, I just want to do that in large scale. And so he did. Each one of the members of the band is over 13 foot tall and weighs close to 700 pounds. And so there is actually Big Blue, who's the singer, Pinky, who's the guitar player, Prairie Rose, who's the bass player, and the Amarillo Kid, which is the fiddle player. And so we have those 4 large scale sculptures, and we placed them in partnership with the Texas Department of Transportation and Tornado Industrial Arts at various intersections throughout the community. And so if you were driving on Marcia Sharp, you probably saw one. If you were on the South Loop flyover, you probably saw one of them. So each member of the band was at each corner throughout the community. And the way that this public art program works is we actually lease the art from the artist for a period of 2 years. And then after that, the art goes back to the artist, and we have a new piece of sculpture come in. Well, the Cowboys were so well received, and the public just enjoyed them so much that Civic Lubbock, who is the group that is charged with handling and managing the public art collection for the city of Lubbock, actually bought the cowboys from B.C. Gilbert. And then our friends at the City of Lubbock Parks and Rec Department actually did the installation of all 4 sculptures at the corner of Avenue O and Mac Davis Lane. And so the band is back together, and it's welcoming everybody to the downtown cultural district. And I think you'll agree with me. It is impressive, it is fun, it is vibrant, and I think it just shows a really great collaborative spirit with the Arts Alliance starting the project, commissioning the pieces, the Civic Lubbock purchasing the pieces for permanent display, and then of course the City of Lubbock making that possible by providing the land and the pads and the lights. So I think it's a great welcome into the Lubbock Cultural District.
Well, there's a lot to unpack there.
Yeah.
That's quite a few pieces that had to come together to make all of that work, right?
It was a team effort. And, anything that we do in the arts is a team effort. We all work together. The symphony, the ballet, Luca, all the smaller arts organizations. Even at the Arts Festival, we all come together to provide this to our community. And so we know that working together, we're stronger than working on our own. And so everything I feel we do in the arts is done with a collaborative spirit.
Well, I love that. And I love the fact that I've been able to see these individual figures all across town in various places. And now they've all come together. And that was a job itself, because those are enormous. And I'm sure there had to be a lot of engineering going into actually putting them on their pedestals and getting them moved.
There is. So different crane companies had to use a huge crane to get them up and down and move them on trailers. Just hours and hours of man work. And Larry Simmons with Tornado Industrial Art leads that on our behalf. And so, yes, we've moved those cowboys, I want to say at least 3 or 4 times before their permanent home. Because actually, after the Arts Festival this year, the cowboys came down, and then we had to move them to a holding venue for the City of Lubbock so they could pour the pads and get them ready, and then move them from the City of Lubbock location to their permanent home. So yes, the cowboys have toured the city, either in a trailer or in a crane.
Well, I'm so excited. So the people who come to the Arts District, whether it's for First Friday Art Trail or to the symphony or to the ballet or something like that, will see the band on that corner. And I love that. It's such a perfect place for them, and I'm really grateful for the city to make that possible.
You and me both. I'll tell you what, public art is a commitment. So you have to invest in it. It is not inexpensive. You have to provide the location. And then, of course, the maintenance of it. Right. And so, I think that's the other key piece of it, is that just with that partnership with the city, we know that the band will always be together, and the band will always look good and reflect well on this area of the city. So
wonderful. Well, tell me, Elizabeth Grigsby is our guest today on the front row. Tell us what else is going on with the Lubbock Arts Alliance.
Well, we had to replace the cowboys since they have a permanent home. And so right now we have the giant florals from Glory Hartsville of Stella, Missouri. So all around the city we have these giant flowers, and they look like they're in bloom. And so we're excited to have those 4 new pieces. And I'll tell you and your listeners a secret. Our next public art pieces that we're going to put up are giant butterflies.
Right.
Because you need giant butterflies if you're going to have giant flowers. We just feel very strongly about that. And so the next pieces that'll go up will actually be the butterflies, and that'll happen after the 2025 Lubbock Arts Festival. But so we're excited about our public art program, and we're excited about everything going on in the arts. And one of the other things the Arts Alliance does is manage Lubbock's Cultural Arts District. And in that capacity, one of the things that we do have is a weekly e-newsletter that lists everything that's going on in the cultural district. And If you don't think there's anything to do in Lubbock, you are wrong. There are so many things going on in this city every weekend. I don't think you can go to everything that's happening. And so we would just encourage your listeners to go to our website, lubbockculturaldistrict.org, click on the newsletter button, and sign up for our free weekly newsletter that we send out every Wednesday that tells you everything that's going on with arts, culture, and entertainment in the Lubbock Cultural District.
Well, I think that's one of the most valuable things. It comes every Wednesday night
It
to
does.
my email, and I always look through just to see what's going on, and it's amazing, actually. Every single day, there's 2 or 3 events,
There are.
you know, big and small, and whatever your needs are in terms of art in our community, that's the place to find it. And Elizabeth, once again, my congratulations on getting that organized, getting that out, and helping drive traffic to all of the things that we have.
Well, you know, and we've been doing that for well over 10 years. And we do it every week, year in and year out, which I think is an accomplishment in and of itself. But I think the most important thing that people need to understand is if you want a vibrant art and cultural community, you have to attend these events. You have to get out. It's not enough to say, oh, well, that's a neat thing going on in the cultural district. You need to go out and support the work, support the artist, and if you can, buy a ticket. You know, you can't have arts without an audience.
Right.
And I think that perhaps in this day and time, it's just easier to stay at home. But the only way the arts flourish is if you're physically present, immersed in the art, giving feedback to the artist. And that's what it's all about, is creating that interaction between the art and the audience. So we encourage people, get out, make the effort. You'll be glad that you did. Experience something new or something perhaps that you've attended many times before. But, you know, we need people to come out, enjoy our events, to buy our tickets, and if they can, support us as donors and sponsors.
That's so well said. You heard it here. There's lots of things going on, and go participate, have fun, enjoy yourself, and enjoy the cultural life that we have. Help the artists.
Yes.
And it all hand in glove. It just all works so well.
It is. So, you know, we're just very fortunate, everything that we do have going on in Lubbock. And there's something for everyone. I mean, and I think that's the important thing to understand. Like this weekend, there's actually Lubbock Live, which is a music festival. In September, Luca is doing a Hub City Renaissance Fair. So if you've ever wanted to go to a Ren Fair, here's your chance. Symphony's getting ready to kick off their season. I know they're going to have a performance, a tribute performance of Selena. And so if you're not a normal symphony goer, come and check it out.
Time to go, right.
Time to go, something different. And so, you know, there is just so much, and there's something for everyone. You just have to find it. And so we think a good place to start is by getting our weekly newsletter and getting yourself together, your family and your friends, and heading out.
Wonderful.
So,
Elizabeth Grigsby is the Executive Director of the Lubbock Arts Alliance, and your big thing, of course, will be in the spring with the Lubbock Arts Festival.
yes.
And I hope that I will have an invitation to come back and talk to you about that.
Of course. You are my favorite media personality, so I would be more than happy to do that.
Well, you're very, very kind, and I'm sure it will be yet another spectacular success in the long string that you've had. And again, I just want to say thank you for everything you
Thank
do
you.
for our community. Lubbock is so much better because of you and the Lubbock Arts Alliance, and that is the truth.
Well, thank you, Clint. Appreciate that very much.
Absolutely.
I praise.
And I look forward to talking to you again soon.
Sounds great. Thank you.